guys. Found you guys. Oh, snap. How you guys doing today? You know, it's a fun day, you know, to be outside. It's quarantined, you know. Hear me? Ooh, snap. Yellow tape. Ooh, how you guys doing today? You guys ready to watch some scary videos? Because I know I'm not. But, my leg. We're finna watch some scary videos again, guys. Part 2 of it. You guys asked for it. But, hey. What more can you ask for? I'll see you in the studio. So if you guys don't know already, we're watching scary videos sent in by you guys. And, you know, just finna watch some scary videos. Y'all asked for part 2, so here we go. Here's a part 2. First one, my friend suggested this one. I didn't watch it yet, but they wanted me to react to it. It's basically some McDonald's guy. I really don't know. But we finna get into it, and we finna watch it. We finna see if it's scary or not. You feel me? And let's get straight into the video. Kai, what are you doing, bro? Roll the clip, bro. What are you doing, bro? Roll the clip.
You look cute when you eat those fries.
Why can't I hear anything?
Now go ahead. Get a taste of that Big Mac.
Ugh.
It's really good.
Get a taste of that Big Mac.
Come on in. The water's just fine.
Bro.
Oh, come on. I won't bite. At least not that hard.
Bro, I don't want you to bite me at all, bro.
You still haven't tried your Big Mac. Is something wrong?
I'm saving it, bro.
I'd hate to see you go home hungry.
I'm not. I just had some fries, bro. I'm good.
Our bathrooms are very clean.
Right.
You look like you have to take a tinkle. Go on. Take a couple drinks.
Bro, what? Doesn't even take a tinkle, bro.
I got a 93 Toyota Paseo in the parking lot.
This man look at me like that.
Let's get out of here.
Bro, no, bro. No, bro.
I used to like Logic. You know, the rapper.
Also,
but the needle drop reviews him so poorly. I just don't really care for his music now.
I don't even watch Logic like that.
Well, this is my pad.
Why are we in this house, bro?
It ain't much, but I certainly call it home.
This is not home, bro.
You look pretty thirsty. Here, have some water.
So, I mean,
Here you go, sweetie.
Sweetie, don't call me that. Fag. Bro, whoa, bro. This man laced my drink, bro. This is a different type of high, bro. Oh, I'm going to the basement. Yup. Bro.
I just don't know why you didn't try the Big Mac.
Bro, I wasn't hungry.
Was it me?
I just wasn't hungry, bro.
Don't you want to know how succulent it can taste?
Man said succulent.
How beautiful life can really be.
Ew. What do my friends have me watching, bro?
Don't be afraid. When you come to your senses, I'll bring you back up.
Alright.
Be easy with him now. We really need him to try this Big Mac.
Bro. Who is this? Bro, what? What did they got me watching, bro? What was that, bro? Alright, next video is by Llama Arts. Please don't copyright my video, please. Just trying to watch it, bro. The Horn-Headed Man.
Moonlight peered through my window as I jolted awake. My clamorous breaths disturbed the silence of my dark room. I had just come out of a frightful dream that had me thinking it was all too real. With sweat on my brow, I sat up and grabbed my water from the nightstand and took a sip from the now warmed glass. My hands shook as I recounted my nightmare of the horn-headed man.
Bro?
In my dream, I was walking through my neighborhood. The street.
Why is nobody outside, bro?
I made my way
quarantine,
down
I get it. Everybody's in
the
quarantine.
sidewalk.
Quarantine, I get it.
Nothing threatening, just to walk through the midnight hours. A block down, I could see a figure in the distance, walking slowly towards me. His steps seemed mismatched and labored.
That man
He
toes.
passed a few houses looking straight ahead, neither looking left nor right. His head was fixed on the sidewalk in front of him. As I was getting closer to my home, I could see him slowly starting to embark on my territory. I quickly rushed to my front door and hurried inside.
Bro, what?
Through my window, I could see him walk past my property. I was thinking to myself, oh God, please have him keep going, please. He was just about to walk all the way past my front yard when he stopped. His body almost shifted abnormally as he turned to face my home. He just
Bro.
stood there, looking, not moving.
Man, I mean, like that
standing
for?
there.
Boy, what's going on?
The man bore the horned head of a skeletal goat. His body was pale and looked fragile,
Ugh.
and his fingers were thin and bony.
Ugh.
I thought to myself,
What's going on?
what is
What's
he
going
doing?
on?
Slowly, he started lifting a quivering arm and pointed right at me. I started to backpedal into the darkness.
Stop
of the
saying leave behind
house,
you, bro.
when all of a sudden he let out an inhuman screech. That's when I woke up. Too frightened to go back to bed, I turned on the television and saw that the local news for early risers was on. My stomach dropped and my body suddenly turned cold as I listened to the current
What's the
news
news
report.
report, bro? Tell me.
The news anchor on the television said, "Breaking news. A woman who lived on Columbia Avenue has been murdered. Local officials say that they received an anonymous phone call from the victim's home. We arrived at the house at around 12:20. We saw the victim inside and a card which rested next to her." The sheriff held up the card. On the back of it, I could see the image of the
But that's
horned
Satan, bro.
man. The officer started to read.
I'm sorry, I'm hungry.
One down. Slowly I go. He then lifted his head back up. His blood started trickling from his eyes and mouth. I sat there shaking, and I couldn't breathe. Columbia's just 3 blocks away from me. I jumped out of my bed and ran to my window. Something within me made me want to look outside. That's when I saw him. He just stood there, looking. Not moving, just looking. The horn-headed man, his body pale and fragile, and his fingers thin and bony.
This has been another dream, bro. I'm telling you, it has been another dream. Don't tell me that's it.
Before you
Fuck you.
leave, here's a...
Wow, bro. Before you leave. No, bro. That shit was ass, bro. Come on. Give me another one, bro. Like, what's going on, bro? Our next video is also by Llama Arts. And it's called The Roommate Animated. I don't know what it's about. It's about a roommate.
This video is sponsored by NordVPN. More details at the end. Looking for a new roommate is always a daunting task. Even though you interview and take the time to get to know that person,
Right.
you don't truly find out who they are until you start living with them.
Right.
I had begun searching for a roommate after I decided to leave my current residency. I was contacted a couple of hours after placing an ad on the Facebook Marketplace. The message read,
How do you put an ad as a Facebook
Hey Chris,
commercial, bro?
I'll be moving out of my current apartment this August, and I'm looking to room with someone new, as my roommates are moving to California this year. I'm 27 and I'm currently going to school. When I'm not at school, I enjoy hiking and watching movies. I also apprentice at a taxidermy shop on the days I don't have class. Hope that's not weird. It's always been a fun
Not at
hobby
all.
of mine.
Not at all.
Anyway, I'm looking forward to hearing back from you. Have a great day, Lunaire.
My
Lunaire.
first and most
Mhm.
obvious reaction after reading the message was to check her profile. She
Pete.
was a medium height, had long,
Pete.
messy blonde hair and green eyes. In her
Pete.
profile picture, I saw her standing with a man and a woman shoulder to shoulder. They each adorned goofy grins and held up peace signs. Under the photo, the caption read,
Love my
"Love
roommates. Oh my
I
god, I
smiled
love my
to
roommates.
myself
Oh my
and
gosh.
decided to send her a message back. The sun
Bro.
beat down on us
Bro.
and hoisted various objects to
Bro,
the
I know you saw that girl in the
second floor of
back.
Apartment. It It took us a couple days to get everything out of the moving trucks and into our new place.
That man carried
But
the
as
most
soon as we
heaviest
did,
box.
a wave of relief washed over our sweat-drenched and sore bodies. After a couple more hours of rearranging, we each grabbed a beer from the fridge and sat on the porch. We
Fill it,
reminisced about old 90s cartoons and what video games we obsessed over as kids.
Feel it?
And as the sun started to set, I truly felt relaxed and confident that things were going to work out.
Right.
A week later,
What you
I
thought?
started a new job for a construction company that was owned by a good friend of mine. As I was getting ready, I heard the front door swing open and walked into the living room to see Lunaire and her friend David sliding in a large box.
Right.
"What you got there?" I asked. Through a strained grunt, she replied,
I bought a freezer to store some of the animals I'm planning on using in my taxidermy work. I hope that's alright.
It's cool. It's cool. It's
I
cool.
was obviously hesitant at first, as
It's
there was
cool.
no mention of this happening in the first place, but I eventually accepted and returned to my room to continue getting ready for work.
Right.
I came home at around 9 p.m. after having a couple of beers with friends and noticed that the freezer was nestled snugly in the lower part of the pantry. A low hum could be heard reverberating off of the inner walls. I was curious to see what was inside, but didn't want to intrude on Lunaire's business, so I went into my room.
I would have
and changed
checked.
into
Like, if
my
this is
comfortable
my house, I
clothing.
would have checked what was in the freezer.
After changing, I came back out into the kitchen and started making a sandwich. I opened the fridge and grabbed what I needed. As I turned around, I stubbed my toe on the edge of the island countertop and let out a long, exasperated grunt. Through my frustration, I slammed the fridge door shut and
Damn,
shoved
bro.
my toe to see if there was any bleeding.
No, you had to slam
As
it,
I
bro.
raised my head back up, I was greeted by a shadowy figure. Lunaire
Who is
was
that, bro?
standing in the doorway leading to her room.
Why?
The darkness behind her almost seemed to envelop her.
Is everything okay?
She said in a deadpan tone. "Shit, yeah, I'm sorry. I just slammed my toe into the corner of the countertop as I was making a sandwich. I hope I didn't wake you,"
It's fine.
she said.
It's fine.
In the same
Hey,
deflated
it's fine.
tone as before. She then turned around and walked back into the darkness of her room. I could tell that she was pissed, so I quietly made my sandwich and retreated back to my room as well,
Damn.
only hearing the low hum from the freezer as I closed my door.
That look good, PB&J, bro.
I had the
I just
next
had a
day
chimichanga
off, so I
muffin,
was
it's
able to
delicious.
sleep in a little longer than usual.
Right.
When I finally emerged from my room, I walked into the kitchen to make breakfast.
Right.
As I opened the refrigerator, I noticed that the light wasn't turning on and there was a lack of cold air escaping from inside.
Right.
I turned around and flipped the light switch to confirm my suspicion.
So the power
Sure
turned off.
enough, the power was out.
Okay.
Damn it, I muttered under my breath. I walked over to Lunaire's room and knocked on her door to tell her about the power outage if she didn't already know, but there was no answer. I
Where's
told
she
her
at?
That she had classes that day.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Probably wasn't
She
home.
did say she had classes.
I walked
in the
back to
little
the
litter.
kitchen and past the pantry. As I did, I slipped on the floor, but was able to catch myself on the countertop. "What the?" I angrily exclaimed, as I looked down at the floor, trying to figure out what I had slipped on. It was blood.
Whoa, bro.
It had started to leak from the corner
Whoa,
of the freezer
bro.
and pool onto the floor.
Whoa,
I
bro.
quickly tried to open the freezer to find out the cause of the viscous liquid, but then I noticed that it had a padlock attached to it.
Right.
I don't remember seeing that before. I ran out to my car and grabbed my toolbox from the back seat. I approached the freezer and set my tools down on the nearby countertop.
Right.
I then pulled out a small pair of bolt cutters and snapped through the metal of the padlock.
Snap.
It fell to the ground with
Gotcha,
a large
bitch.
thud. I creaked open the top of the freezer and was greeted with a putrid stench that permeated my nostrils. I quickly
Stank.
pinched my nose and walked away, gagging
It
in
stank.
response. I guess I
Wait.
should have realized that was gonna happen, I muttered to myself in between gags. After gaining my composure,
gagging,
I grabbed
bro.
some gloves from under the sink and started taking inventory. I could see a couple of dead birds and
Dead
plastic
animals, dead
bags
animals,
wedged
okay.
into the corners of the freezer. I took each bag out and set them in the trash can nearby. That's when I noticed that the blood was coming from the corner of the larger black bag. I don't know why, but I decided to open the top of the bag and peer inside.
Is that not a bear?
I was greeted by large, milky white eyes, a swollen black tongue surrounded by cracked and bloated lips, and the matted hair of a human head. I swiftly dropped the bag and fell backwards onto the floor. My breathing had ceased to exist, and I grabbed
Damn.
the trash can next to me and expelled my disgust into it. then ran out the door, got into my car, and called the police.
That man looks
As I sat in the
exhausted, bro.
interrogation room with a blanket over my shoulders, I
Right.
couldn't help but think about the face I'd seen. It looked so familiar. That's when it finally hit me.
Right.
I pulled out my phone and looked at Lunaire's profile picture. It was her old roommate. The one she said was moving to California. When the detective entered the room, she started the questioning process, asking me if I started noticing any weird behavioral occurrences.
So
around the
Lunaire killed her
apartment.
roommate?
Yeah, I stubbed my toe the other day, and she creepily stood in the doorway. It seemed like she was pissed, but for some reason I had a strange feeling like she was concerned about something.
Yo.
That's when I connected the dots. She didn't come out into the kitchen because she heard me stub my toe. She came out into the kitchen because she thought I slammed the freezer instead of the fridge. A cold sweat started to form on my forehead.
That's why she locked
became
it.
blurred.
Just in
I could
case.
hear low whine slowly starting to cover up the words of concern from the detective. As my vision started to clear, I could see another officer enter the room and whisper something into her ear as he handed her a piece of paper.
Oh, wow.
Do you have somewhere you could stay at? She asked. I mean, I was planning on staying with my parents. They live about 30 minutes outside of town. Okay, she paused. Listen, I don't want to worry you, but we found this picture inside of your apartment. She slid the piece of paper across the table, and I immediately felt like someone kicked me in the chest. The head of Lunaire's other roommate sat on the chair.
Nigga with the
In
glasses.
the background, scrawled on the wall in blood, read,
Love my roommates.
My roommates.
Love my
All
roommates.
of them.
Dang, bro. So if he really didn't find that out, bro, he probably would have been the next victim, bro. Hey, yo, that was kind of lit. Hold on, that was lit. That was lit, bro. That was kind of lit. Not even a lot. Even though it was kind of horrid, but it was crazy. It was crazy, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. It was crazy. It was crazy. All right, last video for today, and we are reacting to Crypt TV. It's called Close Before Midnight. So, and one of my viewers sent me this one, so we finna see what it's about by Crypt TV. So I mean, yeah. Employee handbook. Jack Lawrence Halloween store. Rule 1, never stay past midnight. That's rule 1. Rule 1's that'd be serious. They be serious on rule 1, bro. They be serious. Hey. 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 Whoa. I'm just playing. Let me get serious. And cover. But what is this, bro? Is that Logan Paul? This man Logan, bro. Okay. This man got beat up by KSI, but we're not gonna talk about that. We're just gonna talk about this man how he finna get scared real quick. Scary videos, bro. It's not boxing videos, bro. It's scary videos. Is it past midnight, bro? Bro, go to sleep, bro. Close before midnight. Come on now. That's plus his leg is broke, so he got a limp. See, that's raw. That's raw. The little pumpkins, that's raw. Staff only. If you're not staff, get out, bro. This man's like lip. Tell me this man's crying. Bro, look behind you, bro. Oh, wow. Logan. Wow. Wow, bro. That was some heat right there. I'm not gonna lie, that was some heat, bro. If you guys enjoyed that little episode of Scary Videos with Khichan, then hit the like button, subscribe, share, comment, do all that to show some love, to show some support to your boy. And if you guys want me to continue reacting to scary videos like this, hit the thumbs up, bro. And like, share, comment, subscribe. What I just said. Exactly. So, until next time, see y'all later in another universe. Peace.
Now go ahead. Get a taste of that Big Mac.